Nah, the story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Sitting on my premonition. Neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. It's a great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Mike 50. I don't think you got it, son. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Hey, check 24, check 24. No, off. Check 26, check 26. 26.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He finds Beckham complete. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
Prescott from the gun. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Davis now to return it. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete.
Rodgers pass. Complete to Geronimo Allison. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
50, mark 50, mark 50. Watch the belly. Move the belly. Over.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Let's move. 50. Go, Mike 50. Hey, watch the leg.
Rodgers going to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Hey, you got 3 down. Mike's 50.
From the 38, Rodgers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Packers.
A first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Shift.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
After the penalty, it's Jones. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams.
Rodgers pass complete to Devontae Adams. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
258. Watch the slack. Go to 50. Hey, exit. Got to lose 1.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And at a 12, that's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to sweep with Elliott. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
It'll be real interesting to take a look at this play later because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's go.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. And able to find Graham, complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Rodgers. Going to throw again. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 23 yards on the play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
You got 58.
Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And they're going to bring him down just past the 15, and a flag down as well. Yeah, this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback and
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Cowboys. Chris Moore, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic. Turned it into much more.
They'll break the huddle, come up, and now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Green Bay.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Graham.
Complete to Jimmy Graham.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Graham. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Packers.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Do. Put a 50. Hey, you block over here.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
A 39-yard attempt.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34.
He's checking. We're going to 54. 1-8. Then we're going to 53. 26.
Prescott to throw it. Trying to fit it into Moore. And it's a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Fresno.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
18 on the play. And
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They weren't able to get it done on that one, though.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers throwing again. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Rodgers again now. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Hey, Charlie.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Buying time to his left. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham in the final seconds of the first half. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Uses the spin. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Double time. 50. Hey, Delta. Check. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. You don't want nothing. Pick up the ball.
Now Rodgers. Going to throw right side here. Complete. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year, there on the stop.
It's second and 8 at the 47-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
50. Hey, you block over here. 50. Mike's 50. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up. Bravo. Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50. Mike 50.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They'll need the 39 here for a first.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Rodgers operating from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play here for Dallas. 54 yards. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. And now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
Prescott on first down. Caught left side. It's Beckham. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback at a yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
That one goes for 24 yards.
First down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Rodgers now. From the gun, he'll throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for Dallas. 55 yards.
I'm about to do a disservice to the catch we just saw. One-handed, coming down with it, just like that. Yeah, I know. Odell Beckham Jr. We're used to this, aren't we?
We are.
And that's just wrong on every level. That was spectacular.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
Second and 9 at the Packers' 18-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Elliott. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Prescott now. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 4th-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. 2nd down and goal. Prescott completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, first down, Packers. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
So we got man. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Now again, right side. Grant. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Corey Grant, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
First down 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing, because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing, Prescott over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And an out. Oh, Prescott stripped.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Arnold. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
He's done right here.
To throw is Prescott. He's got his man on the comebacker. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. This one complete to Smallwood. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Dancing to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. It's caught. Beckham. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott. He finds Beckham complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Elliott. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Situation. Let's go. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Over.
They'll go again to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards on the play. First down.
A gain of 15. First down, Green Bay.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And this one boiled down in the end, Charles, to simply too much Aaron Rodgers.
We've seen this many times before, haven't we? And I'm sure we'll see it again in the future. Extreme confidence in his abilities, extreme confidence in his teammates, never thinks a game is out of reach because his right arm can equalize anything a defense can put out there.
So for Green Bay, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet of what he knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half Emirates seen a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a matching. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous.